Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Uh, I'm down in Mexico, uh, but the only news that I really get is what I get off the internet. Uh, it's well, it's not all that easy to keep up with the news down here. So, but I thought I've been thinking about uh, in my particular situations. I always do walkthroughs. In other words, I don't care what the situation I'm going to be getting into. I do walkthroughs first. In other words, I have an idea of what's going to happen, and I go through the motions and the physical motions of what I'm going to do. Whether I'm in restaurants, when I had restaurants, I would get the waiting staff, the waiters and waitresses. I'd have them. We'd go through a walkthrough, so they would know how all this is going to work. Not only in ordering their food and picking up their food, serving their food, the layout on how we're setting it up. And now, when I train SWAT teams, I basically do the same thing, and they do the same thing also. The SWAT teams do their walkthroughs. They know what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, and they walk through it without the stress, just seeing how it's going to happen. And then after they get some experience, you can add to that. In other words, you can make some changes. And I do the same thing when I'm training SWAT. I have the people with me that I'm teaching because they have to act properly or they're going to get really hurt. Because what I do is full contact stuff. And in other words, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and so then, don't be surprised when this happens, and you got to be ready to do that, and we will do this, and to counter that, just like they're going to do that to counter what we're going to do. So walkthroughs are very, very important, and the reason I mention it is, for some reason, I've been getting a lot of videos about SWAT teams hitting the wrong place, and law enforcement taking actions in which it's questionable. There's other ways of handling it, and what it is, they're not trained properly. They're getting kind of they're losing their professional ways of doing things, and this is why I thought I better make this video. I will be going back to the United States, and when I do, I'm thinking real hard about doing some touring in the United States. And one of the things I will be looking at is the preparedness of these three-man militias that you hear me talk about all the time. And like I say, I really believe that that being prepared is something my God, anyway, says that you need to do that. You just don't stumble around. You stumble around, you're going to be victimized. You better have a plan. And walking through your plan is a good way to see how it's going to work. And putting your plan, your walkthroughs in different environments, that will help. Different situations, then you can tweak it, change it around, make it do more about what you want it to do. and you will know what to look for when you are working with others. And this is what I say when I'm going to be doing my tour in the U.S. I will be looking to see how prepared people are. Uh, I don't use a basic program when I work with people because they have different environments, they've got different situations, um, the abilities of the people that I'm dealing with varies, and just all kinds of stuff. So that's why you need to find out what works for you. And it's even better yet when I can see it and see how you do your things, and maybe come up with some suggestions that might help you. And but this is going to be one of the things I'm going to be thinking real hard on if I'm going to be doing it or not. Normally, I don't like traveling around the United States. Man, the United States is a pain in the butt to travel around. But we're to the point where we definitely we are strong individuals, but we have to come together, and that's the part that I'm working on. I want you to come together with your people and be able to do what you all need to do, no matter what. Because we've got ourselves in a bad situation, and I see it worldwide. When we talk about God, we the people, and the Constitution. Well, this is a good example of it. You need God. God will give you your strength. We the people means we need each other. And, you know, it's a very important thing. And then the Constitution, right now, where I'm at, right down here in Mexico, I'm sure they have a Constitution. Now, how well they stay along with it, I don't know. And that's basically what's going on in the United States. We don't go along the Constitution like we should. And that's the part that I want to make sure you all get yourselves ready, because we have an obligation to God, obligation to we the people, and an obligation to the Constitution. All of it means we will have we have to take responsibility. And one of those is walkthroughs. Know what you have to do. Have a plan. Have what you need to do, the stuff that you need to do to make the plan work. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.